4 years ago is when it started, and we had enough complexity inside Amazon that we were finding we were spending too much time on fine-grained coordination between our network engineering groups and our applications programming groups. And that basically what we decided to do was to build a hardened interface between those two layers so that we could just do coarse-grained coordination between those two groups. And as we started, Amazon is really just a web-scale application. And so we realized as we started architecting this set of APIs that it would be useful for everybody, not just for us. And so we said, look, let's make it a new business. It has the potential one day to be a meaningful business for the company, and we need to do it for ourselves anyway. That was 4 years ago. It took us 2 years to build our first services. We launched the Simple Queue service and the Simple Storage service, and then we launched EC2, the Elastic Compute Cloud, a little while after that. And sure enough, it has caught on, and people are using those services, and we're going to keep working at it.
So does it surprise you that that people, like a book retailer, has to come up with this innovation and everybody else? I mean, there's a lot of smart companies out there. Why you guys? I mean, why have you become
sometimes things come from unexpected places.
Right.
I'm not sure I can put it any more color. I mean, obviously we have a lot of our business, which is our retailing business, is a low gross margin business. It's a low operating margin business relative to software businesses and technology businesses, which tend to have very high margins. It's always kept us very focused on efficiency.
Right.
And efficiency is so important to us because of our low margins. And maybe that's part of the reason. We looked at our, the amount of time we were spending internally, hand managing that interface between our network engineering groups and our applications groups. We saw that as something we needed to simplify to be able to move faster and to have more efficiencies. And so, maybe that's why we thought of it and started working on it. Maybe we had more need for it.
Right. Do you feel that the Wall Street actually recognizes the value of what you're doing, or they're still, waiting to catch up with it? I kind of read conflicting reports and people saying, why are they doing the cloud computing effort when they should be focusing on retail? I'm talking about Wall Street. What do you say to people like that?
Well, I think that we are very focused on our retail business. We have a great team there. We needed to build these services to support our retail business. So there's a lot of reasons why we're going to build these services anyway. It's really not it's not that far afield. On the surface, superficially, it appears to be very different. But the fact is, we've been running a web-scale application for a long time, and we needed to build this set of infrastructure web services just to be able to manage our own internal house.
Right. I know you have to run, but what's next for Amazon Web Services?
Well, we're working on a lot of things, persistent storage in EC2, which we've announced, but it's in limited beta right now. So we're working on making that general availability. There are a lot of things that we think people are going to like coming up. So stay tuned.
Any plans of a fund to encourage cloud computing based startups to use your web services?
Well, that's an interesting idea. It's not something, so far there seem to be a lot of VCs already encouraging cloud computing web services. And we have I rarely run into a startup company today that's not using our web services, which we're extremely grateful for that. And we are determined to continue to do a good job for those customers.
Thank you, Jeff.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.